Welcome to From Betrayal to Breakthrough, and here is a mini dose of Dr. Debi where I'm sharing tips, suggestions, strategies, and sometimes just motivation to have you move past your betrayal once and for all. I was interviewing someone for my podcast yesterday, From Betrayal to Breakthrough. You need to subscribe and listen. I have the most incredible experts all the time. Anyway, we were talking about therapy, and here's the thing. I'm a psychologist. I'm a coach first. And what happens is therapy has a wonderful, wonderful place in your healing, especially in the beginning, because you cannot make any kind of sense about what happened with your betrayal, because it makes no sense. Here you were, abiding by the rules, playing by the rules, the spoken or unspoken rules of your relationship, and the other person, without your awareness or consent, broke those rules. So of course it's a shock. Of course there's a lot to heal from. And that's why you need to talk about it a little bit, just so you kind of make some sense out of it. But here's the problem. When all you do is keep talking about it, and all you do is keep going over it, what you're doing is you're cementing that story in so well that you can't imagine another story. So huge place for it in the beginning, but two things. One thing is we have a lot of people coming into the PBT Institute with therapy trauma. Be very careful here. If that therapist that you're seeing isn't highly skilled in moving someone through betrayal, it does more harm than good. That's the first thing. The second thing is you and only you know when you've talked about it enough, and now it's time for action. Like all of our coaches within the PBT Institute, if I'm working with you, if any of our coaches are working with you, everything we do, our self-paced programs, all of it, is to gently move you forward through the 5 stages from betrayal to breakthrough. If any of us, we're hearing your story, it's so that we can do something with it. So definitely, if you are enjoying sharing with a therapist, that's wonderful. That's hitting things on one level. Betrayal hits us physically, mentally, emotionally, psychologically, spiritually. It all has to be dealt with. So that has one place. That's the first thing. But the second thing is, how long are you talking about your story without moving forward? If you find that here you are, same story, time and time again, and time is passing and you're not moving through the stages, you're not feeling better physically, mentally, and emotionally, take a look at what you're doing. You deserve to heal. The worst of it happened already. You deserve to do something really good with something really painful. So check out From Betrayal to Breakthrough and the PBT Institute. It's all we do all day. Move you through the stages. We'll talk to you soon. Here's why grieving is a powerful sign of healing from betrayal to breakthrough. In the 5 stages, what we see so often is people get stuck in stage 3, the most common stage to get stuck in. One of the classic ways we move forward involves grieving. We think grieving is just for the death of someone we love, but it's not. It's the loss. It's loss of our expectations, loss of the relationship, loss of what we wanted and didn't get. And what happens is when we grieve that, we acknowledge and sort of validate, like, okay, yeah, this happened. It's gone. It's over. And here's the thing. Now you're allowing for the rebirth of something new, whether it's a new you or the potential of a very new, brand spanking new relationship with the person who hurt you. It can't happen without the grieving process, because if you're not grieving, you're sort of like patching up the old. It doesn't work. It doesn't. But what happens is with that complete and utter death and destruction of the old, that's what allows for the rebirth of the new. And grieving is a powerful way. That's exactly what's happening. So I'm reading a lot of your comments and responding, and what I'm finding is many of you are stuck in stage 3 out of the 5 stages from betrayal to breakthrough, different than the 5 stages of grief. Too long for me to go through the 5 stages, but if you click in my bio, the top thing, an event I'm doing with the shift tonight or later this afternoon, based on where you are, you can watch. It's totally free, and an event where I do talk about the 5 stages. Anyway, what I'm finding is many of you are stuck in stage 3, and you're in stage 3 when this is the experience. because stage 3 is survival instincts emerge, and because it feels so much better than the shock and trauma of where you just came from, you think it's good. And because you don't know there's anywhere else to go, you don't know there's a stage 4 or stage 5. Transformation doesn't even begin until stage 4. But because you don't know there's anywhere else to go, you start planting roots here. You're not supposed to, but you don't know that. And 4 things happen. The first thing is you get all these small self benefits from being here. You get to be right, you get your story, you get someone to blame, you get sympathy from everyone you tell your story to, you get a target for your anger, you don't have to do the hard work of learning to trust again. Should I trust you? Can I trust you? Forget it, I'm not trusting anybody. So you plant deeper roots. Now, because you're here longer than you should be, you don't know that, right? But here you are. Now the mind starts doing things like, well, maybe you're not all that great. Maybe you deserved it. Maybe this, maybe that. So you plant deeper roots. Now, because these are the thoughts you're thinking and this is the energy you're putting out, well, like energy attracts like energy. So now you're attracting people and circumstances and relationships towards you to confirm, yup, this is where you belong. And the misery loves company crowd, they come around now too. It gets worse, but I'm going to get you out of here. Because it feels so bad, but you don't know there's anywhere else to go, right here you resign yourself. You're like, this stinks, but I better find a way to kind of get through my day. So right here, you use food, drugs, alcohol, work, TV, keeping busy, reckless behavior, anything to numb, avoid, and distract yourself from what's so painful to feel or face. So think about it. You do it for a day, a week, a month. Now it's a habit. A year, 10 years, 20 years, and I can see someone 20 years out and say, that emotional eating you're doing, that drinking you're doing, that numbing in front of the TV, do you think that has anything to do with your betrayal? And they'd look at me like I'm crazy, and they'd say, well, it happened 20 years ago. All they did was put themselves in stage 3 and stay there. The worst of it happened already. You owe it to yourself to do something really good with something really painful. Check out my bio for resources and that free event later. I'll talk to you then. You need the right tools, support, and the right community to move through the 5 stages from betrayal to breakthrough. And we have all that within the PBT Institute. So join us at the PBT, as in post-betrayal transformation, thepbtinstitute.com. There's a version of you who's so confident, healthy, peaceful, and happy on the other end of your healing. And we can't wait to help you get there. We got you. Thanks for listening. And here's to your breakthrough.